Okay.
Start by scanning your order in. It's just one side, one line of text, so you'll highlight that, Control C to copy it, Alt Tab to come back to Gravistyle. You'll put your piece into the machine. So for this, because it's a curved bracelet, you want to use the curved side of the holder. So pull these up, flip them over. This is the curved side. The other. Kind of have to jiggle them to get them to go down. So tighten this up just by turning. And you just want to make sure this is as centered as you can get it. Luckily, this looks to be about the same size. So, should be good to go for that. All right.
How tight do you make it? I mean, because obviously this could affect the side of the piece, right?
Not very tight, like just
snug, right?
Just snug, because it's metal, so it's gripping on there.
Got it.
I've been checking to make sure it's not leaving like little dents or anything, and I haven't seen any problems. All right, so same as before, we're going to come up to material definitions to pick our points. Like I said, this one doesn't really matter. It's the middle one. We want to make sure our orientation is correct, so it's facing us, which is what we want. Go to the next one to pick our points. Make sure it's LED, point and shoot plate. Make sure this is green. Click it. Wait for the machine to beep. And then you can use the directional pad to get your LED over to pick your points. So I usually start by going up until I see the LED kind of on the holder. I'll go over. And this one's pretty easy to pick the points. You're just kind of getting it onto the corner. Good. And I'll usually just go down to the bottom.
There's a hit on the check mark, right?
Yes, check mark. To the bottom corner. Just press over. And that's a check mark again. We'll move back. You'll come back to the screen. Click this check mark. Your box should be different. So that's what we want. We're just entering text, so we're going to come up to our text tools again and click the drop down menu. This first icon, free text. Click Control V to paste what we copied from before. You'll highlight, and this is block 5th again. Just make sure that you're in the correct font. We already are, so we should be good. Come back up here. Click your selection tool, select, and then change your size just by clicking and dragging the corners. There. And we'll center, and that's just up here. Click drop down, third option right here. And then we'll test it out and see what that looks like. You'll do test borders. Click machining. Come over here, test borders. Make sure this changes to LED. You'll click run. Wait for the machine to beep. You'll press play. So for whatever reason, I guess maybe when you repick the points, that's when it goes back to the spindle, so we'll keep pressing play to let it go through its cycle. Alright, so we'll come up and try the test borders without pauses to see if that gets the LED to go. Click run. Wait for the machine to beep, hit play. There you go. So that looks good. It's a little big. I don't know. I mean, would you shorten this? I would make this a tiny bit smaller.
I would too, especially because of the curvature.
Yeah. So
If it was flat, then there would be no problem.
there. Come back up. Recenter. Come back up to machining. Test with pauses. Run. Now that it's done one with the LED, it should be good to go from here. So wait for the machine to beep. Press play to go to your first corner. Alright. Next one. Next one.
When it did that little, positioning to the upper left and then down slightly, or in slightly rather, was that you hitting the button, or did it automatically know?
That's it going to the first
because it knew where it actually had to be.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think what it does is the machine goes to your, here, let me just get out of here. You gotta go through the whole cycle. Cancel. I think what the machine does is when you hit play, it kind of moves the LED to here and then moves into.
But that was all one move that it did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the boxes that it's tracing are this box to this box to this box to this box to this box.
Okay.
So I think we're good there. Would you go smaller than that, or?
Could I see it one more time?
Sure. So that's your first point, second point, third point, fourth point.
Do you think that it will catch the left and the right okay because of the curvature?
It should be fine, yeah.
Okay. I think I'd let it go.
Okay. Alright, so we get a fill because that is up. Should we finish the cycle by pressing play, hit cancel. To fill this, we're just going to double click tool 2, unselect, make sure it's green, reselect, control C, control V, double click tool 0, click and drag, select everything, make sure both of them are highlighted, come back over to the machining option, hit preview to make sure our fill's good, magnifying glass, click and drag, all good, close, make sure it's normal, spindle, diamond drag, hit run, wait for the machine to beep twice, press play.
If it did come up light in one section, are you able to select just a single word? No way to
You would have had to enter each word individually to be able to select each word. You can, if you have multiple lines, you can break them apart and select each line, but I haven't been able to select a word individually.
But we could of course just run it again. I mean,
Yeah.
Would you at that point, for example, move to a slightly heavier setting?
Yeah, if we had a problem.
Kind of like this setting right here. Would you consider moving this guy so that it's going to be a heavier in that case?
We could, but I haven't had that problem yet. The only time I had that problem was when I was trying to figure out why the LED thing wouldn't work. And I had selected this, and there's another option that you can do called regulating nose, where you'd press play, and then it would come over, and you'd hit check mark, and it'd come down, and it would Z, and then you'd hit check mark again, and then press play, and then it would run. When you do that, I think it locks the Z in, whereas if you're doing diamond drag, it just kind of goes with.
Oh, I see.
I think that's how it works. I could be completely wrong.
Well, if that were the case, then you actually could achieve a more balanced etching all the way across, right?
I think. I'm guessing.
It's one of the things we
mean,
can experiment with.
It's been working so far. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't had any problems with curves like this, and I haven't had problems with curves like this.
Yeah, I like the look of it too.
So
It's a good looking edge.
yeah, so it's just the one side for this guy.
Okay.
Just double check, make sure it's centered. Hit it with some tape. And good to go.
Okay. And then we're gonna.
We gotta scan this out. So Alt Tab to get back to SOS. Go to Order Movement. Just scan. And that's it.
Terrific.